Hey everybody, it's Greg the Food Fixer, and today we're going to make one of my favorite meals, and it just happens to be from the comfort food category. Now, who doesn't love good comfort food? And for me, probably the best comfort food dish there is chicken pot pie. The cool thing about chicken pot pie is it's nutritious, delicious, and very easy to make. So I'm just going to start by telling you what we've got here, and then we'll just get right into making this thing, and we'll be eating it in 45 minutes or so. So the first thing you're going to need, obviously, because it's a pie pan, or a pie dish in this case for me, and then you're going to need some ready-to-bake pie crust. Just like this, same place you'll find canned biscuits and cookie dough. It's 2 pie crusts in a box. That's exactly what we need. Now what I would do before you do anything else when you go to make this is preheat the oven to 450 degrees. And then go ahead and pull these out and just set them on the counter. It's easier to work with at room temperature. So in about the same amount of time it takes to preheat the oven, these will be ready to go. So I've already done that. My oven's at 450. These have been out for about 15 minutes. So let's just set this aside for a moment, and we will start with just the pie crust. So what you're going to do is take your pan, or your dish in this case, and you want to give it a good spray. We don't like crust to stick. So we're going to spray the bottom and the sides really well. And then we're going to take our crust, and you just simply unroll it. So going to unroll it like so, and then you just throw it over your pan. Now what you want to do is gently stretch it. We want it to overlap the lip of the pan or the dish, because it's going to shrink in this first little phase of cooking that we're going to do here. So go ahead and get that stretched over, and don't forget we're going to have a top crust as well, so we'll be able to fill it all in with crust and we won't miss a bite. And then once you get it stretched over like that, you just want to push it down in the pan. Get it along the sides really well. Make sure you've got that excess hanging over the side. Doesn't have to be pretty. We'll take care of that in a minute. Now you just need to put some holes in it. A fork works great. I happen to pick this little tool up at Goodwill. It's actually a Pampered Chef tool. Not sure what it is. I thought it was a hair pick at first, but it's spiky and it works. So I'm just going to poke some holes in the bottom and the sides of my crust. This is going to allow the air to escape so that it doesn't bubble up. So we're just going to put this in the 450 degree oven for 5 minutes. And the reason we're doing that is we don't want to put our mixture with our liquid and everything on the raw dough. There's a good chance it would not cook well and it would be kind of raw on the bottom. So we're just going to cook this enough. It's not going to brown, but we're going to cook it enough where it'll hold up to whatever we put inside of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. It's ready to go. Again, 450 degrees for 5 minutes. Okay, I've already done a little prep. So thinking about chicken, you have 3 options. The number one way that I would recommend to you, I buy chicken in big packs. It's cheaper that way, and it'll last me for a while. And I like to have some on hand. I don't want to have to run to the store every other day when I want to make something with chicken. So I'll buy a big pack, and then I'll boil 6-8 breasts. It cooks the chicken. You don't have to worry about seasonings. You don't have to worry about what you're going to do with it, but you've already got cooked chicken ready to go. We're going to use a couple for the chicken pot pie, and then the rest, we can make some chicken salad with it and then freeze the rest. And a week from now, if we want to make a dish that requires a couple of chicken breasts, we'll just pull it out of the freezer, defrost it. It's already cooked and ready to go. We'll just season it and put it in our dish. So that's your first option. If you do that, just boil a couple of medium-sized chicken breasts for about 10 minutes. That'll cook it, you'll be good to go. And that's what I've done here. Here's my boiled chicken. Your second option is you could just buy a rotisserie chicken at Costco or Walmart or wherever you shop. And that'll give you enough for a chicken pot pie and a little bit left over that you can make chicken salad with or just eat like that. The third option, if you're in a pinch, you could use canned chicken. I don't think it's the best thing to use, but nothing wrong with it either. We're gonna have enough going on here with seasonings and flavorings that it's not gonna be terrible. But again, that would be my third choice out of the three. Let's assemble our pie ingredients. You're gonna need a can of cream of chicken soup. So I've already opened it up, put it in here. That's our base. And then we're just gonna add a half a cup of milk to that. The reason I'm doing this first is because I need that measuring cup for my chicken. If you don't have big measuring cups like this, I really recommend you get some. This is a 4-cup, and there's a lot of things I can do in here, stir it even, pancake batter, it's easy to pour. It's just a great thing to have. So we've got our condensed cream of chicken soup. We've got a half a cup of milk. And we just want to go ahead and add that to our bowl. And we'll come back to that in a minute. Now we're going to take our chicken, and we want about 2 cups of chicken. So I'm just going to cut it up here into chunks, bite-sized pieces. If you do the canned stuff, that's already done for you. You just have to empty it into our mixture, but we're going to go with the good stuff here. And the size of the pieces really matters to you. You know, just good bite size. But I like a good hearty pot pie. So I think pieces that size are gonna work out nicely for this. So while you're doing that, you're getting your 2 cups of chicken. The next thing are the vegetables. Now, there are a lot of vegetables now, frozen vegetables, that are mixtures of different kinds of vegetables ready to go. I actually have not looked for it in a while, but when I was going to make this, I found a bag of frozen vegetables, Pick Sweet brand, I believe, ready to go. And it was potatoes, corn, carrots, green beans, and celery. That's exactly what we need for chicken pot pie. We're gonna need to add some onions to that, but that's still exactly what we need. So if you happen to find, that's our 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and pull our crust out. And at this point, we wanna put it on a cookie sheet because there's a good chance that it's going to overflow. And we want that to be okay. All right, we'll just come back to that in a second. So back to the vegetables. There's different combinations. Pick out what you like. I think those 5 vegetables I just named are the best to go with for a chicken pot pie, but if you want to put some broccoli in there, that's fine. Whatever you like, whatever you have on hand. We're going to need about 2 2/3 cups of vegetables. So that would be everything you've selected. Another option is a can of veg-all and a can of diced potatoes, and then chop up some onion. All right, let's bring the bowl back. We've got our mixture here. And at this point, we're just gonna finish making the pie mixture. So we've got our soup and our milk. That's creamed, that's good to go. Go ahead and put my chicken in. Get all that in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead at this point, I'm gonna switch to a spatula and we're gonna put our vegetables in. And again, that's about 2 2/3 cups. Or if you get the package of vegetables at the store, 12-ounce package of vegetables will work. So now we just want to blend all this together. That's going to be good. All right, I'm not going to season it with salt. I think the soup is salty enough. So, but I do like pepper, and I like a decent bit in pot pie. So I'm going to put a good bit of pepper in there, and then we'll just mix that up some more. And we're going to go with a little more pepper. I like to see it in a pot pie. So if after I've stirred it up I don't see it, I'll add more. All right, that looks pretty good to me. That's it. We're almost done. Now, we will go back to our crust, and you can see that it did shrink a little bit. And you can also see that it's cooked a little bit. So it's looking good, no bubbles, that's exactly what we want. So at this point, we're just gonna put our mixture into our crust. That's why I like to use a spatula. It gets everything. And we just want to smooth that in. It's like just the right amount. And all that's left now is to put our top crust on, and then it's in the oven, and we're eating in 35 minutes. So, I'm gonna get my other crust, and we are just going to place it on top. Excuse me. Just like that. And we want to kind of crimp it around the top of the dish or the pan. And again, it's going to shrink a little bit. So we want to leave a little slack there. Now, I'm not too worried about it being pretty. I just want to get it on the table and in my belly. So, but if you want to do some fancy crimping, you know, that's up to you. I'm just kind of trying to get it sealed up here. Once you do that, then you want to take a knife and maybe do like an X shape. We just want it to be able to vent. And that's it, folks. That's all there is to it. Now we want to put it in the oven, but we're going to turn our oven down to 400 degrees. We want to bake it at 400 for 35 minutes. 400 degrees, 35 minutes, or until the crust is a nice golden, even golden to dark brown. And that's it. So I'm going to put it in, and then we're going to come back in about 35 minutes. I'll pull it out. And we'll see what it looks like. Should be some good eating. See you then. All right, it's been about 35 minutes. Let's take a look at our pot pie. Remember, you're looking for a nice golden brown crust. Oh yeah. Check that out. That's just right. Got a nice golden brown edge. Nice and crispy in the middle. That is good to go. That's gonna be too hot to eat, but I want to dig into it. And let's take a look at it together. That ought to do me. There you go. Delicious, nutritious, very easy to make chicken pot pie. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you make it. If you do, let me know. Let me know how it turned out for you. And please smash that like button. And please subscribe and click the bell. That'll let you know when the next video's out. I'll see you next time.